Okay, yeah, we start again. We start again. Okay, so we stopped in the high potential program, and then and the high potential program may have advantage, and there must be the disadvantage. Okay, and as we discussed, the high potential may have advantage that quickly replace that incumbent people, and they quickly replace that of baby boomers somebody, and then they totally get the best talent somebody. That's the European style, and that is strongly based on the elitism. Elitism. Okay, only the a few number of the elite can lead the whole country. Okay, and however, that is one direction of something. Okay. On the other hand, there is another belief. There is another belief. High potential program will not work. And personally, when I was working at the Bosch, okay, that's a German company. So then I applied for the high potential program. However, I was not chosen. Then what happened? I totally okay. So I'm not a high potential in here, so I don't need to work harder. Oh yeah, so that is a problem. Okay, so that can happen. That is a disadvantage, something. Okay. On the other hand, there is another way of thinking. All level people development. All level people development. In any situation, who knows that what will be happening? So then that is another belief. So then all level employee development is another way of thinking. And then in order to do that, and I'd better to start with the idea of this. Okay, and actually this idea come from the Michael T.C. Or Michael T.C. Okay, Michael T.C. And he is a founding member of the General Electric's Crontonville Center. Crontonville Center is the best well-known business leadership center in the world. And then according to the statistics, and more than 40% of the people, the Fortune 500 CEOs usually come from the Crontonville Center. So GE and the Crontonville Leadership Center is one of the best hub for developing the best business leadership in the world now. Okay. So Michael T.C. and Jack Welch, those two old guys, they developed at the Crontonville Center. And especially Jack Welch was a CEO of the General Electric. And so he funded that kinds of idea. And however, that Crontonville Center's leadership development program is totally designed based on the Michael T.C.'s idea. Michael T.C. as a business professor at the University of Michigan. Yeah, he's a business professor at the University of Michigan Law School, and he proposed a very interesting idea. No matter what, the best way to develop the people, especially for the business talent, is with better to making a teaching organization. And then maybe you've heard a lot about the learning organization. Learning organization, everybody can learn and change something. However, the more actively, Michael T.C. proposed that the learning is one thing, but however, the learning usually passive. Learning is passive. On the other hand, what is the best way to learn something? You know? Sure. Okay. So what is everybody can teach with similar language? For example, CEO teaches the subordinate, CEO teaches the manager, CEO teaches the new hires, CEO teaches the employee. Oh yeah, that's natural. However, what if new hire can teach CEO? What if the manager can teach the executive? What if secretary can teach that the executive? Is it possible? Why? Because everybody has a different field of the expertise. Everybody has a different understandings. Everybody has a different knowledge, skills, and ability in a certain specific field. For example, The secretary can teach how to use that the trip.com to organize their travel. Okay? And the accountant, the junior accountant can teach how to use an ERP. And the newly hires who has artificial intelligence knowledge or something, she or he can introduce that what is the most recent ideas of the artificial intelligence to executives, CEOs. So like that, within an organization, not hierarchy, every individual must be able to teach something because that is the best way to learn something. That's his idea. That's a Michael T's idea. Okay? And his idea, the teaching organization idea is summarized like this. 3E, okay? Idea must win. Idea, how will we make money and win in the marketplace? What is the best idea to win in the market? What is the best way to make money? Business. if there is any better idea to make more money, after the idea must win. A hierarchy. Teachers. Second, value. What behaviors are required to put our business ideas into practice? We want to transform that idea into the action. Okay? How we can do that? Based on the value, our fundamental belief, our faith, our value, our standard, our morale, purpose. Yeah, okay? In order to exercise this kind of things, he proposed that the 3E. 3E. 3E is emotion, energy, and edge. How do we keep people motivated and working with high energy? Energy. Energy. How we can energize people to work. And then how we can make them ready to work, motivate, emotional. We need to touch the human emotion, human mind. And we always look for the exploring the edge, cutting edge. We must step on the edge. Don't stay in the comfort zone. Okay, if you stay within the very safe area, or if you just stay within the comfort zone, you cannot make any innovation. You cannot explore something new chance. Go, take a risk, drive yourself to the edge, energize people to go to the edge, explore more. Okay, so this is the concept of the teaching. In order to do this, Michael TC proposed that the teaching organization concept, and then that is a fundamental disciplines of the Crontonville Center, Leadership Center, okay, and that developed more than 40% of the Fortune 500 business leaders. This is the American style leadership development, especially for the business leadership development. Okay. This is not exactly the high potential. This is some contrasting. Okay. This is American something. This is European something. Okay. So can you feel the differences? Elitism, all-level employee development, regardless of the hierarchy, flat. Okay. And yeah, both are okay. Both are okay. And we just understand that we have a choice of this. We have a choice of this. And then according to your situation, according to your choice, okay, we can make a better choice. It's fine. Everything is okay. It depends. It depends on your choice. Who cares? That's fine. However, I just want to propose that there is this kind of the different practices and the concepts and the different fundamental different disciplines and the practices. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and we are heading to the developing people something more. Okay, and then before going to that, and okay, so I'd better to propose that my idea about that how we can choose the people, how we can develop the people, and I will be proposing something, and then I'd better to start with this. And possibly you've already seen this, but however, I would like to introduce them more. My recent work. With the toxic organization, toxic people problem in the workplace. It works. Definitely her value. Jamie, as a minority in the company, experienced a toxic organization project at the people, and she worked away from the company in 4 months. Okay, so I am talking about the toxic organization, something, okay, toxic people in the workplace, and then by using my framework. Unfortunately, the toxic organization, toxic people problem in the workplace occurs almost everywhere in the world, regardless of the culture or the business sectors. Carol West, a New York University professor, recently proposed the idea of the jerks at the work, toxic coworkers, and what to do about them at the Harvard Business Review. In her article and the book, she proposed the 5 toxic people styles: kiss up, kick down, credit stealer, bulldozer, micromanager, gaslighter. According to Professor West, toxic people create the toxic organizational culture. The toxic organizational culture is the best talent. However, why do people get toxic and how an organization get toxic? Are there any ways to avoid them? In order to identify the fundamental mechanisms and the principles of the toxic people and the toxic organization to avoid them, I wrote the lemmas and the ideas. I defined this idea as healing the organization work for energy as capital. All photos and the characters are made by me, and then they are fully registered as intellectual property. I summarize and propose the 5 elements to explain the toxic people and the toxic organization phenomena in the workplace. First, people struggle for energy. Energy is capital. Third, capital is the multidimensional force, becoming energy draining where the energy source is habitual. Fifth, habit is constructing rather than constructing. James Redfield introduced the concept of the energy war in his book of the Celestine Prophecy. Shortly speaking, individuals and the institutions seek to control the energy of the physical, social, and the mental and the spiritual powers of others. This energy is often referred as a prana or the chi, and it is believed to be the source of all life and the consciousness. People believe that the controlled energy is essential for the power and the wealth, and they try to maintain their dominance through the several control strategies. Redfield suggests the 4 energy vampire styles, such as interrogator, intimidator, aloof, and the performing. However, I focused on the tools and the strategies for controlling the energy. I suggest the 5 energy vampiring tools. First, torture needle. Second, sledgehammer. Third, frozen arrow. Fourth, begging bowl. Fifth, spider web. Each tool and the strategy is used to stealing and hijacking energy from others. On the other hand, there is constructively energy creating strategies for healing and healthy regulations and organizations. Rico, the psychologist and the business consultant, propose the 5 A's as tools for creating the vitality energy at the work: attention, acceptance, appreciation, affection, and allowing. More fundamentally, why people does struggle for energy? The answer could be because the energy is precious like money. So we may think the energy is the capital. But what is the capital? Capital can refer to a variety of those resources that are used to produce goods and services. In recent years, business scholars propose that the concept of the multiple capital theory. The multiple capital theory is a framework that proposes that the organization have a multiple type of the capital that they can draw upon in order to achieve their goals. This theory was developed in responses to the limitation of the traditional views of the capital in terms of the human development, environmental sustainability, and the holistic view of the governance system, ESG. Synthesizing the previous terms and ideas, I propose that the 7 types of the multiple capitals. Therefore, we can simply understand the people's struggle for energy as a multiple capital. Listing the 2 cases of the TikTok people who recently their job, they commonly pointed out the toxic organizational culture that drove them to leave the organization. Summarizing those toxic organizational culture, I propose 7 toxic management practices. They are mediocre, bureaucracy, asymmetricity, nepotism, ignorance, meritocracy, disparity. On the other hand, 7 contrasting, healthy, and healing management practices were matched one-to-one. They are excellence, participation, transparency, competency, active listening, all-level people development, and inclusion. Choosing the toxic management practice in energy drain side or healing management practice in energy source side is habitual by the leadership. According to the habitual choice of the leaders, toxic or the healing management practices, people transformed to energy vampires or the vitality agents to steal or to create multiple capitals within an organization. So, roughly speaking, creating or transforming an organization as a toxic one or a healing one is highly dependent on the quality people, especially the leadership. If an organization is business organization want to transform its culture as a healthy and a healing one, the organizational leadership should reflect their habitual choices on their managerial practices and should give more attention to the dynamics of the energy war between people. That's all. Thank you for your listening. Culture as a healthy. Okay, so that is my idea. That was my idea. Okay. So yeah, I think that the all-level people development contrasting to the meritocracy. Okay, that is 2 other contrasting. Okay, and all-level people development from bottom to top. We want to develop every level of the people, not only for chosen people, not only for the. Okay, so for example, many times, okay, CEOs usually talk. Hey, you. Young guys, you must work hard. You must learn by yourself. You must train yourself, and you must learn something new, and you must make a performance by yourself. You must learn by yourself. You must learn. However, the executives, managers, and the CEOs, they are learning. They are learning something new. Yeah, they are not. They invested their time in the learning something new. Many times that's opposite, okay? So I know that, okay, so many of the business leaders, they are totally busy to learn something new. And they complain about it. But however, who is the most knowledgeable person to make the best decision? Low-level employee or the highest level of the decision maker? What are they doing? So, and then they delegate their thinking power to a certain numbers of the elite or something. What if those small numbers of the elite are wrong? Because somebody graduated Harvard and they have no mistake. And somebody who graduated the Tsinghua University or the Beijing University because they are genius and they can make every single decisions correct, fast. No, that never happened. Because everything is depends. So that is the reason. Okay, the meritocracy, the tyranny of the meritocracy that is written by that and proposed by the Michael Sandel at the Harvard Business, Harvard University, and he claimed and he proposed meritocracy might create unconscious disparity. Unconscious disparity in selecting people, in going to the promotion, in managing people. Only high potentials. Who are the high potentials? Only those who graduate the best schools like Harvard, MIT. Right? That is a tyranny. That is a violation of the fundamental belief of peace. He claimed that. Okay, and then the Michael TC, he proposed the teaching organization in order to exercise all level people development from bottom to top, top to bottom. Everybody, every level of the people must be developed. Every level of the people, they must learn. In order to do that, everybody must be able to teach each other. That's his idea. Okay. So, and based on these understandings, we go to the human capital. Human capital theory. And the human capital theory is one of the foundational theory in HR, human resource management. Okay, anyway, so personnel and the personal planning and the recruiting, and then I am proposing that the multiple capital theory, multiple capital. Okay, so as I introduced, okay, there are multiple capital approaches. Okay, and then traditionally, okay, there is HR is just a supporting function. However, the new HR practice is a strategic role. And then competitive advantage. Okay, competitive advantage is the main purpose of the strategy management. Okay, so strategy management is so that's nothing. But however, we want to create a competitive advantage in order to win without fighting. That's all. And here, where the competitive advantage come from? How we can create the competitive advantage? And what is the original competitive advantage in Chinese? That is this. Give me a second. Yeah. This is becoming the competitive advantage. That is conceptualized this. Okay, and what is the source of this? Is it created from the money? Or is it created by is it formulated by the people? So we believe the fundamental root sources of the competitive advantage is coming from people side, not money side. Okay. And more specifically, people, what kinds of people? People, no, not individual, no character, but however, we give more attention to their capability or competency. Okay. For competence, okay, foundation for the sustainable competitive advantage, that competence come from people, okay, and then there are a few number of the different resources, tangible resource, intangible resource, and organizational capability, functional skills, cross-functional skills, whatever, okay. So that this is somewhat conceptual, this is somewhat hard to understand. What the hell is competitive advantages? So then, and then there is a strategy, human resource management, and the strategy management is defined like this, okay, based on the resource-based view, that's a philosophy. Collins and Montgomery defined it according to the resource point of view, resource-based view, IBV. Organizations respond to the external opportunities such as customer, market, technology by developing the internal capability, people, which cannot be replicated by other competitors, scarce resource theory, and result in a breakthrough product in demand and can be protected through the patent power. Okay, so scarce resource theory tell why people is the most important root to source of the competitive advantage because people, especially for the competent people, is the most scarce theory. Why those people can be the scarcest resource, something most valuable resource? Because those people cannot be replaced, those people cannot be copied by other competitors. Google engineers can be copied by the another engineers. For example, TikTok, okay, so here, hello, Jamie Lim, and she worked at the Google for 7 years, okay, good, and she was one of the best engineer at the Google. But however, when we transferred, when she moved to the TikTok, what happened? She quit the job within 4 months. Oh, managing or replicating or copying the talent is not easy. It depends. So then people is the most fundamental root to source of the scarce resource that differentiate your organizational capability. Okay, so that is the reason why we call human resource is the fundamental resource of the competitive advantage that differentiate our capability from another competitor. So that we can win over our competitor without fighting. Okay, so then core competencies could be summarized with this resource-based according to the resource-based view. Tangible resource, intangible resource, organizational capability, something like this. Okay, tangible resource like a financial resource, physical resource, technology resource, real estate. Tangible, we can touch that. However, there is an intangible resource, human resource, human skills, and the intellectual property, patent, brand, innovation, and the creativity, and the privileged relations. And there is organic capabilities such as the new product development, operation excellence, the marketing, or the sales force management, and M&A strategy alliances. We have this kind of the resources we want to have in order to create a core competency that drove us to have a more competitive advantage. Okay, good. And it's okay. But however, that's not very, for me, okay, is that what? That's not easy to understand. That's not easy to understand for me. Okay. Okay, so then I try to understand that kinds of things in my way. Okay? So why we do these kind of things? Because something is precious. And what is the precious thing? Money. Money, okay? Capital. So then what we can understand this kind of the core competencies or the competitive advantage, most precious, scarce resource as money. Possible? What's wrong? So then, based on synthesizing the previous literatures and the synthesizing the previous research ideas, okay, so then I just conceptualize like this. Multiple capital. Money is, I love money. We love money. Many people love money. And the purpose of the business is making more money. I love money. Okay, so what is the money? So then, according to the recent studies about the capital, we conceptualize this kind of things like that. Okay, there is a financial capital. How much money do you have? How much cash? How much Alipay money? How much cryptocurrency? How much financial resource you have? Okay, traditionally we have this understand easy. Over, okay, good. Over. So organizational capital. How can we realize a good idea? For example, who made more money? Apple versus Huawei. Who make more money? Who is more profitable? Apple or the Huawei? Apple. Why? Because Apple has an organizational capability. Oh, yeah, sure. Previous organizational capability, I just interpret that organizational capability as organizational capital. I think so. Okay. So if an organization has a more capability, we can define that as organization has a more intangible money. Okay. And then one of the most important organizational capital is trust. Somebody define business is nothing but trust. Trust. So within the organization, if there is no trust among the people, nothing. Okay? And then one of the most important organizational capability, organizational capital is trust. I told you, you know this. Organization. Organization. This is a secret of the organization. If there is no trust, no organization. We have that. We have that understanding. Okay. So then I define that as organizational capital. Okay. Social capital. Who do you know? And then, okay, so for example, in a bank, okay, so I want to start my business. I want to start a business, okay, so that means I need money. Okay, so how can I get my seed money? Usually I go to bank. Okay, I go to bank. Hey, hey bank, I need money. So can you give me money? Can you borrow some money? What will happen? Get out of here. Who are you? Get out of here! Yes! That's natural. That's natural. However, so you know that I know the branch manager of the bank. Yeah, I have a good friend at the branch manager of the bank. And then hey friend, I want to start my business and I want to get some I guess I want to get some money from your bank. Okay. Oh, the branch manager. Maybe she or he cannot make a final decision. However, at least she or he can introduce to a person who can deal with that. Okay? Absolutely. Business usually make business come from network. Hmm? So personally, I graduate. I have two MBAs, one from Korea, one from Germany. So then, oh, sometimes I got a contact from my Korean friend. Hey, why are you doing something? Okay, I am doing this. Okay, so then can you please introduce somebody? Mary, why not? And sometimes I got a call from my German friend, and during the pandemic situation, okay, 2021, okay, 2 years ago, and one of my friends, we graduated the German business school, and she was working at the Switzerland, and she imported and she made the international trade, and she definitely need us. She suddenly need a healthcare product at the time, the Europe didn't have enough number of the mask or the healthcare devices. So then she need a very urgent something, okay? And however, she couldn't find anyone around the world. And suddenly she remembered me. Hey Jerry, where are you? I'm in Asia. Where are you? I know you are in Asia somewhere, okay? And then, yeah, okay, so where are you? Oh, I'm in the Wenzhou, China. Okay, so then, yeah, is there any manufacturer who can produce that 1 million facial mask and a few number of the this product manufacturers in there? Absolutely, I can find that. I'm in China, so then you have a lot of manufacturers. Okay, so anybody can produce and manufacture mask fundamental, the healthcare devices, and the clothing something. Okay, absolutely. And then fortunately, I can connect with her to a few number of the manufacturers near to here. That's how we. Sure. Good question. Good question. Okay, so we will go there. Give me a second. Human capital theory and okay, social capital theory. Social capital. Okay, social capital. So you mentioned about it. Okay, so we need to make a very strong relations or the better something, keeping something open? Sure. Okay. We call that is a strong tie. Strong tie. Okay. Strong tie is that okay, very close relations like a strong group identity, group thinking, something. Okay. So then, oh, absolutely. Do you think that I have a strong relationship with my friends who graduate the same school? Oh no. No. Yeah, sometimes we make a call, however, yeah, not much. Not much. We are not family, we are not a very close friends, but however, this is a business relation. And we call that is a weak tie. We call that is a weak tie. Weak tie, the bridging relations. Okay? Weak tie and many business relations from this. You don't need to make a very strong relations. Okay? So once you graduate, do you see, do you call every day? Okay? However, once we know each other, sometimes we just, from time to time, okay, just police. Police. Oh, how are you? I'm good. Where are you? I'm in Germany. I'm in Australia. I'm in Canada. I'm in Wenzhou, China. Okay, so nice. Okay, so yeah, keep in touch. We can fight. But however, at least we have a good understanding each other. Because once we had a very intensive communication. I know her, she knows me, so we have this. We trust each other. Okay. Once trust is built, once we created the fundamental belief, trust, we can keep our weak. We don't need to have a very strong. Once I know you, okay, for example, you want to do some business, entertainment business, something, okay? You want to do something. And personally, I know a few number of the entertainment business leaders and the business owners in Korea. So if you want to invite some Korean movies, Korean star, maybe I can connect you. And before yesterday, and something was happening. And one of our students, and he is very interested in getting an internship job at Bosch. And fortunately, I know one Bosch employee, Bosch worker who graduated the WKU, and I strongly support her to get a job at the Bosch Hangzhou. And however, she was chosen as a high potential at the Bosch Shanghai. So that we have a trust and we have a basic relation. But however, we are not a close relation. But however, that students wanted to get an internship job. I was a bridge. I introduced them my former students who is working at the Bosch, and then they connected. And however, something was not working well. However, she introduced the recruiter of that. We see the Bosch. So then finally, yeah, he got an internship chance. Oh, business is network. And however, that networking does not need to be many times, according to the social capital theory. We call this is the social capital theory. According to the social capital theory, we use the business benefit or the businesses or the money come from the weak side, not strong. So then, don't worry. Polish each other. That's enough. That's enough. Oh, we are business. Oh, we got business relationship. Okay, nice question. Thank you. Okay, so that's the social capital and the human capital. Human capital theory refers to the knowledge, expertise, and the skill development through the education and training. Okay, human capital is what can you do? Can you do? Okay, that's a human capital, and then what do you know? Okay, and then these are the fundamental, the capital, fundamental capitals. Okay, however, in the more recent years, we have a more deeper understanding about it, the humans. Okay, and then psychological capital, and that is introduced by the Fred Rutens, and then Fred Rutens teach my boss at the K University. Dr. Sang Lee, Dr. Lee, my boss. Yeah, University of Nebraska. Fred Rutens is one of the big guys. And he developed the psychological capital as the fundamental motivator, the fundamental skill set, and fundamental psychological state that help people to work. That's related with motivation. And psychological capital, Fred Rutens introduced that based on the POB, the psychological organizational behavior theory, POB, POS, whatever. And then, yeah, one of his the PhD students is Dr. Lee at the K University, and Dr. Lee, me, and Dr. Lee sent me to the window. Yeah, that's the connection. That's the connection of this. Okay, whatever. So I'm one of the leading scholar in the psychological capital. Okay, and psychological capital is nothing but, however, that is who are you and who you are become. Motivation. And then psychological capital is, roughly speaking, psychological capital is a positivity. Okay, so psychological capital is psycap, positive psycap. Okay. It's composed with 4 components. That's self-efficacy, self-confidence, hope, optimism, and resilience. So they are positivity, human positivity, fundamental human positivity that is related with work. Okay, if somebody has a more higher self-efficacy, hope, optimism, resilience, and we can define those guys are positive in the work. And those positive people work better because they are energized, they are well energized, they are well motivated. Okay, so that's the psychological capital. Okay, and however, even though we have all of this kind of the money or capital, however, what if you sentenced of cancer? You will die 6 months. In 6 months, you will die in 6 months. And do you want to work? No. Okay. And then if you are sick, if you are totally exhausted mentally because of the bullying, because of the sabotage, because of the gaslighting, because of the pickup artist, you are totally mentally exhausted in the workplace. Do you want to work? No. That is a physiological capital. Physiological. Okay. That's a physical and the physiological, biological, and mental health. If you are not healthy, you cannot work. So then maybe we can think that is a money. Your health is your money. Sure, I think so. And moreover, fundamentally, spiritual capital, purpose. What is your purpose of working in a certain organism? What is the purpose of your life? Huh? Again, if you have $1 billion, if you have a 6 billion RMB, what will you do? Huh? Absolutely. So that's a reaction. That's a natural reaction. Pick a job, You can travel for 3 years all around the world. You can enjoy the mansion. You can buy the luxury goods. Okay, but however, that does not come to your 1% of the wealth. Okay, and then what will you do with another money? If you have to use it, that is the question. And then that will help you to see what is your fundamental value. And yeah, we have that. We have that. So then please think of that. Okay. What is your purpose? What is your goal? What is your value? Fundamental value. That will help you. That will guide your behavior. We call that I define that as a spiritual capital. And those who has a very strong and rich spiritual capital, they work better in any cases. And you know that we have a lot of challenges within the organization. We have a lot of obstacles. We have a lot of the difficulties when we want to get things done. Okay. However, if somebody has a very clear purpose, if somebody has a very clear value standard, and if somebody wants to have a certain significant and serious value proposition to do something, they will overcome the situation in any case. Do you know why the Steve Jobs started Apple? Why Steve Jobs start there? Why Steve Jobs start their Apple business? Why? Why? Make money. Well, absolutely. But however, he never mentioned about it. Absolutely. Money is necessary. However, the original purpose of his business is not making money itself. He wants to let people. Let people, especially for the individuals. He wants to let people have the computational power. What if everybody has a computational power? He thought. And at that time, that was happened in the 1973. Okay, 1973 and the 1976, something, okay? At that time, we started to invent the digital calculator, okay? However, the computer was developed in the 1954. Computer was used to calculate that the weapon, okay, computer, okay, and the computer was used for the bank system, something, money, okay. However, unfortunately, those kind of the very big computer is totally occupied a few number of the power guys, and they ruled over the world. And many people suffered from that monopolized power occupation. So then Steve Jobs and then those guys in that area, California area, and they want to let people have a computation power. What if we can provide the computer for every individual, and then they can fight against with that the monopoly. They can fight against with that the government, bank, and the big power guys who take our resources. That's unfair. They take my money. I want, and we want to let people have a power to fight against with that power. What if we can let our people have a computation power for every individuals? Every individuals can fight against with that the unnecessary power control from the authority. That's their idea. That's the reason why a lot of the engineers and the scientists in the Silicon Valley area, They agree with that Steve Jobs. And then that was coined by the Turing. At that time, the Turing is getting more attention for his idea of the thinking machine. Thinking machine. What if we can? So what if we can develop that the thinking machine for every individuals? Not just a few number of the company, not just a few number of the government, not just a few number of the military somebody. That's their idea. That's the purpose. They want you to let individuals have the power to fight against with that authority. What if everybody has a computers? That's their idea. That's the purpose. Not because money was necessary to realize this purpose. And do you know that why is the Microsoft, the Bill Gates developed that the Microsoft DOS, DOS, this corporation system? And absolutely at the first, that was free. That was 100% free. Oh, DOS, MS-DOS. That's the start of the Microsoft, MS-DOS. And the Bill Gates developed that the MS-DOS by himself. And he made it free to operate the system, to operate the IBM system. Why he developed that and why he make it free and distribute around the world? Because he wanted to help people to use a computer easily. At that time, there is a PS2 system and there is a Unix, Genix. Do you know the Unix? Do you know the Unix, Genix? Linux? Do you think that you can use the Unix, Genix, or the PS2 or the Linux system with easy? No. General people cannot use that kinds of things. Okay, in order to use that the computer at that time, everybody must be able to use that the Unix system. That's totally only a few number of the computer experts can do that. So what if Microsoft, Bill Gates thought, why everybody can use the computer with you? Then there is the reason why he developed the DOS system, and then he proposed that with free, and gradually that's getting bigger, that's getting bigger. Purpose first. To support the purpose, money was necessary. And many people wanted to invest in money for that purpose. Money first, no, purpose first, many times. Business usually start with purpose, not money. Money is just a tool. I think so. That's the secret. And Elon Musk, Tesla, why he developed the Tesla, why he started the Tesla business? To make money. And why? Why he need money? Oh, okay. Why he want to make a SpaceX program? And SpaceX does not make money. He want to. Oh, why? Why? Why that? Why? Huh? Huh? No, not just for attention. He think, he believe.
When the Earth's resources die
Oh.
out, we want to explore the space.
Yes.
So that human was sustainable.
Sure. Okay. So then, a long story short, he want to let the human race has another alternative. What if we totally exhaust our resources on Earth? And then what if we don't have another alternative? What will happen? Our human race will be extinct. Okay? So then, that sounds crazy. I know. Why would he think so? He believes so. He want to let the human race has alternative. Then I agree with that. I agree with that. And then because according to our calculation, our Earth resource is now exhausting. Okay, so then sooner or later we will experience the disasters, climate changes, and everybody talks about it that this is not sustainable. But Earth is okay. Our human race is not okay. That's totally crazy idea. However, that's his purpose. Tesla, Elon Musk, he wants to let the people has alternative in case if the Earth is not okay for the human race. We want to have another alternative. Purpose, not money. Okay. So then I think spiritual capital is that. So not only for the just the financial capital, we better to think of the more multiple capitals in order to understand that the things in a more multidimensional way. I think so. Dr. J. Dr. Choi thinks so. And I'm proposing, okay, I'm proposing this multiple theory, multiple capital theory. Yeah. I propose. Huh? And who knows? That's my thinking. Okay. Then I can architect, attract, develop, and retain human capital. Okay, and the social capital, strong tie, weak tie, and however, many of the business resource, business money come from the weak tie. Not strong tie is necessary. Drink baijiu, drink soju every day, and then drink exchange. That's a strong tie. Many times a strong tie doesn't work well. Weak tie work well if you build up the basic fundamental trust. That's the reason. Do you know that why we are nice each other in business work, business relations? High. What do you better? Social capital. Not because we are nice, not because we are nice, but because we want to have this. Business is business. Organizational capital, whatever, that's a capability. Psychological capital, self-efficacy, hope, optimism, resiliency, and positivity. Okay. And the more recent years, that is Tony Schwartz. And Tony Schwartz, and he proposed a very interesting thing. And Tony Schwartz, controversial. Whatever, okay, so he's one of the biggest the management group, and he proposed that the concept of the full engagement. Okay, no zombie or rally, whatever. So he proposed that he wrote an article about it, managing your energy, not your time. So many times, so managing time is a rule of the management, something. Okay, from 9 to 5, within 9 to 5, we must complete this time. Okay, good. So then many management practitioners, many management teachers or the coaches, they usually introduce that the concept of the managing time management. Oh, sure. Okay, that's important. But however, recently the Tony Schwartz introduced, no, time management is necessary, but however, that is not the core. The more important thing recent days is managing the energy. Okay. So what is the meaning of the energy? I think that energy comes from this physiological capital and the spiritual capital. Physiological capital, please invest in your lifestyle. You must sleep well. Okay, many times, and more than 20% of the workers they are suffering from the insomnia. They cannot sleep well because of these. Every in the night. What? Yeah. Okay, and many stress, many anxiety, many unclear and many unpredictable future, and many things are now changing. So anxiety, emotional instability. Sure. Oh.
nowadays, our social media, it kind of like Korean people like they don't do a very long period of
Huh? The Koreans,
don't sleep.
we do not sleep.
No, you don't sleep as long as we.
Yeah.
Is it like
That's a social pressure. I think that's a social pressure. Okay, and the sleeping is a waste, and that's a wrong meme. That's a wrong meme in Korean society. Sleep is necessary. Sure. So that is a problem. I think that is a fundamental problem. And then yeah, Koreans are not good at the sleeping something because at the there is a social pressure. And like okay, so if you sleep more than 6 hours or the 8 hours, and that is totally you are lazy. Oh
6 hours?
yeah.
Per day?
Oh. So 6 hours, more than 6 hours sleeping is totally lazy. That's a pressure. That's a social pressure. But however, that is not true. Okay, so usually the people need at least around that. We need the 8 hours, 8 hours of the sleeping. That's necessary. Okay, but however, there is a social pressure. That is not good. Drink coffee, drink energy drink and something. Because at the well, okay. So yeah, for example, that is usually started in the early ages, like study for the elementary school students or the middle school students or high school students, and we have a word of this. Okay, for elementary students, they cannot sleep more than 6 hours. And the middle school students, they cannot sleep more than 5 hours. And then the high school students, they cannot sleep more than 4 hours. Oh, that's true. That's a social pressure. If you sleep more than 6 hours and in the elementary school, you are not catching up with others. And then if you sleep more than 4 hours in a day, in your high school day, you cannot go to the best school. That's a social pressure. But actually, that is not good. I know. So I am proposing I'm proposing okay, so don't do that. That's really killing people. Okay, that's not productive. That's not good. I'm proposing. That's a mean. That's a wrong. That's wrong. That's totally wrong. Okay. So if possible, yeah, please take a good sleep. That's necessary because you need to charge your energy. That's a problem with the battery. Okay, you need to charge your energy to operate fully. Okay, so that is the idea from the Tony Schwartz. That's the idea from the Tony Schwartz. Physiologically, you must be ready to work, to perform. Okay, and absolutely, so spiritually, you must be ready. So that in order to do that, you must take a good sleep, you must take a good food, you must invest in yourself. Sleeping is not wasting something. No, that's not wasting. That's a charging the energy, like a battery. Okay, that's necessary. Absolutely. Yeah, sure. Okay, so that's a social pressure. But how about that's a pressure. But how about everybody comply? That no, we can't. We can't. No. Okay, that's just a social pressure. That's a meme. That's a social meme. Okay. But how about as a human being, we can't. We can't do that. Okay. If there is anybody who do not sleep more than 6 hours, more than 8 hours, and they are good at the performance, I don't think so. No. Well, how about that? And that's a social pressure, and for many years, and then there is a lot of the propaganda, or there are a lot of the social pressure, like okay, so in the newspaper, if there is a success story of the business something, and they usually start with saying like this, oh, I just sleep no more than 4 hours a day. I work every day. I work more than 20 hours a day. Yeah, just no sleep no more than 4 hours. I work 20 hours a day. That's totally stupid. Don't do that. They die. And actually, so when I consult with the most successful business guys in Korea, and I was a business consultant, and I consult with anybody. Okay, I had an interview with those guys, and then most successful people they usually have a very good 9 hours or sometimes 10 hours, 8 hours. They have a good sleep in order to charge their energy, and they rush when they have a chance, they rush, they perform. They are the most productive guys. Okay, I think so. And summary: multiple capitals can give the multiple capital framework can give us a fundamental understanding of other people. Okay, not only for money. Yeah. Then I developed the energy planner, and then maybe you can use that. Okay. And yeah, roughly speaking, okay, so that's so this is a time management tool. So you are familiar with that. However, my energy planner starts with this. My life purpose is blah blah. My life purpose is here. Write it down. And however, I try to start with this. What is your personal to do, and what is your work to do? So we do better to separate it to your vocation and avocation. Vocation is for work, professional work, your job. Okay? And the avocation is related with your life, family. Both are important. Okay? Don't underestimate the importance of your family. Don't underestimate your personal things. So please identify this and then write it down. What is the top priority? What should you do? What should you do? Okay. And then here is a very interesting something. I need to do that. Okay. Whatever. Okay. So not urgent. Urgent. Important. Not important. Okay. Write down your work. Write down your work. So what should I do? And then maybe you can write down your daily work. Okay. Then please categorize your work. What work is important and urgent? Okay. And then please describe it. What is important but not urgent? That's important but not urgent. Okay. And not important and not urgent. And not important but urgent. Okay, so that you can categorize this kind of stuff. Okay, for example, urgent and importancy. Okay, so you must complete your homework. The script and the video today. Okay, this is urgent and important to get a grade. Okay, so that's important. However, not urgent and important. Okay, so maybe you update your resume while applying the new job. Okay, that's not urgent, but that's important for you, possibly. Okay, and not urgent, not important. Then maybe TV or drama or something. Drink baijiu. Okay. Not important and urgent. Maybe you need to pay something or the shopping. Okay, and the groceries, cleaning. Okay, so out of here. Okay, out of here. Okay, what is the top priority? 1, 2, 3, 4. What should you do first? Huh? Agree? Do you think so? Do you think so? Oh, one must have done first. Huh? 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 Okay, we call this is Eisenhower or Collins. Eisenhower, the U.S. president and the former the general in the World War II. Eisenhower's the priority matrix in quadrant of the priority matrix. And in business world, okay, so we use this kind of things a lot. No, you must start with not urgent but important. You must complete that. Not complete, you must start with that. You must invest your energy here because that creates the future. Okay, however, and absolutely, okay, so we must complete our urgent and important work. But however, that is just complete. And once that is complete, that's gone. That is becoming the past. So we'd better to focus on creating our future because that is quickly coming. However, though, that important and urgency, just complete. Okay. So where do you need to invest your energy more? Creating the future. That's how we choose our work. We call this is a prioritizing, and then write it down. What is your personal to-do avocation? What is your work to-do vocation or something? Top priority must be given to your not urgent but important. For example, here is an example. Create the energy wave and write the perform. That means you must work out. You must exercise. Creating the energy that is important but not urgent. However, that is first. That's how we work.
Work out actually consume your energy.
Huh? Work what?
Working out.
No, that create your energy. Okay, for example, what kinds of work you are doing? You are working with the brain or the body? Okay, so that in order to charge your brain, you must. Okay, that's open. So in order to create your energy, in order to charge your brain, you better to use your body. And then exercising your body will charge your brain. When you consume your brain energy, please charge it by using your body. That's our understanding. Okay? Do something opposite. If you need the brain power, exercise. If you need a more the muscle power something, train your brain. Sport, the sport heroes and the sport athletes, the best sport athletes. Okay, they usually take a lot of immediate training. So nowadays we give them a more mental training, immediate training, and the simulation. Oh, like so superstars, Lionel Messi or the Ronaldo or the many of the sport stars and the best excellent the sport stars. We give them a more mental training. NBA stars, soccer stars, and the best physical performers, we give them a more psychological training, mental training, image training, and those kind of the more brain something to make that the best performance in body. That's our understanding. That's our understanding. Huh? Sure. So we start with this. Please update your resume, apply to jobs first. Then create your future. Really, that is quickly coming. And however, just complete. Don't spend your energy. Invest your energy here to create a future. The others, that's your choice. However, I will say, okay, so this is unnecessary. No, this is necessary. Do it. Just do it. Complete. And just whatever you want. But however, that is not your first investment. Okay, order, manage. This is a management. Okay, good. Then here, start with your purpose, and this week we focus on this and attract more of people us here. Okay, and then day by day, what is your top focus on here, and then you can deploy this kind of work in a certain block of the time. And then first block I set up in the 6 or 7 p.m. 7 a.m. Sure. Every day, not every day, but I try. I try to take exercise for 30 minutes. Why not? We need to create energy. Okay, so that's the energy plan there. And then not this. Okay, so then, okay, so let's take a break, short break, 10 minutes break. 2:30 and 3:30. Okay, so let's have a 10 minutes break, and then we go to the training and development and the others. Good. Any question? So far okay. So far okay. So far okay. So then, okay, give me a second. Okay, yeah, let's start again. Okay, so we identify and what kinds of people do we need and how we can describe that the job from, how we can describe the certain task or the job in order to choose that the best people. Okay, job analysis. Okay, and now, okay, so we will talk about it, what personal planning and the recruiting, personal planning and recruiting to acquire, develop, and retain the best human resources, human capital. Okay, so then. This is not working. Okay, and then this is a summary, and we will talk about the workforce planning, processes of the workforce planning, forecasting the personal need, and the sources of the job candidate. Okay, we will have this kind of things. Okay. Okay, so starting with the recruiting. Okay, so we want to acquire the best human capital. Okay, we define the job and we need somebody to fill with this certain task of the job. Okay, so then how we can get the people usually? If we need people, okay, how we can recruit, how we can acquire, how we can get those people. Okay, and many times, and the people think, okay, so for example, Sonny, no, not Sonny. So if you want to get if you want to apply for the job, okay, so how you can get a job information? How you can get the people? How you can get a job information you want to apply? The website. Okay. So many times people think that the website or we call that those kind of things is a public posting, public job posting. Okay. However, unfortunately, that is the least choice for the recruiters. For us, okay? For us, the posting the job into public is the latest. We never recruit those people throughout the website posting. Okay. So we call that is a pecking order. Pecking order. We have a pecking order of the recruit. If we need somebody who can fill in a certain job, okay, we give this pecking order. Okay. And then as a recruiter, as a manager, or as a HR, okay, how we can get the best people? We start with searching within our boundary. Job internal recruiting. Internal. For example, I need a manager of the students office, student something for the MBA program. Okay, so that what I will do, I will immediately contact a few number of my people within the WP. Hey, are you interested in this? Can you help me? Do you want to join me to do this kind of thing? I know him, I know her, she know me. We know each other. What is the job of this? Trust. Because we are internal, okay, so we know what should be done, and we know each other, what she is, and what the manager is, or what kinds of job that must be done. Okay, I don't need to train them. I don't need to invest in something. Okay, she or he. Then, if she wants, can you please work for me? Can you please do this? Oh, that's the best. Okay, so then internal recruiting is the best. So we always look for this, and it takes only 1 day. Internal recruiting is the first, okay? And second, if I cannot find the internal candidate, I ask my friend, direct social network. Hey, hi Jamie, I am looking for a guy. I'm looking for a person who can do this kind of the students management job for MBA program. Is anybody who knows me? Is there anybody who can recommend me? Is there anybody who are reliable, who are working well within your boundary? Oh, I know Sunny. Sunny will be the best candidate. So I will call you. I will contact her. Then okay, I will contact Sunny. Hi Sunny, I am Jerry, so I am proposing this job. Do you want to join us? That's your choice. Okay? Because you know Jamie, I know Jamie know each other, so she can be a bridge. Okay? I believe in Jamie, you believe in Jamie believe in me, Jamie believe in you. Okay? We call this is a direct social network. And then absolutely, this is weak time. Social capital network. Okay? Network, okay? Absolutely, this is the best choice. But however, that's less likely to occur. Okay, that is the reason why we're always looking for somebody outside of the company, outside of the organization. In that case, we always start within our. Okay, and then if I need somebody who taking care of the MBA students, okay, maybe I will start with Miss Wang Yang. Miss Wang Yang, do you know any friends, and do you know anybody who will be good at managing the MBA students? However, I believe in Wang Yang. I believe in Miss Wang Yang. Okay, so she know me. And many times it works. And interestingly, when we recruit the people throughout this kind of a network, they usually stay. because they don't want to break these relations. So once you break the rules, okay, social capital gone. We will usually want to keep the good social capital. Who knows? So then, many times, this is the best way to find out the external candidate. Okay, sure. And the best jobs. And then when I need a business consultant who will work for a certain specific project, okay, I call them. Hey, McKinsey, is there anybody who is specializing in artificial intelligence? Hey, basically, my friends, is there anybody who knows there's some marketing expertise in the digital something? Hey, Boston BCG, do you know anybody who are specializing in the entertainment business analysis? Okay. Unfortunately, that kinds of things occurs within our network. Okay? Within our network, you're okay. Out of my network, I'm sorry, no chance. Okay, good. And then, even though I try my best, and then I failed in finding the best candidate within my boundary, okay, I will try to call here. I expand my reach. I expand my reach to the external agent, job agent, recruiting, headhunters. I call to my worker, the headhunter, okay? Hey, I need this person, okay? So can you help me to reach out a few number of the best candidate? Because I don't want to open my job information. That's a top secret. And if I can know what kinds of people you are looking for, your competitors almost immediately get to know what is your strategy move. If you identify the person, okay, absolutely, we almost immediately identify what is your next strategy move according to the quality of the people. I don't want to open that. Sure. Okay, so then I use as the job agent, or I just use my closed social net, LinkedIn, and I will contact throughout the LinkedIn message. Before yesterday, I got this is top secret. This is top secret. Anyway, so I got a contact from the Jim Ladulski, and he was the HR manager of the WKO 3 years ago. Jim Ladulski, and he's now in Ohio, and he quit his job from the WKO and he come back to Ohio a few years ago. And Jim Ladulski contacted me. Hey Jerry, how are you? Hey, oh hi Jim, what are you doing? Are you still working in the WKO? Yeah, I'm working in the WKO. So what's happening? And okay, we sit and chat something. Okay, we had not bad relations. However, yeah, we hate each other. Whatever. Okay, so the Jim is looking for the another chances or international something. He's very energetic. So then, okay, and then fortunately, I got to know that another our former employee at the WKU, the Jace Haggis, and the Jace Haggis was the vice president of the Academy Affairs, whatever. And the Jace Haggis moved to the University of Ohio Science and Technology, and he's working as a vice provost there. So that he is now looking for the HR expert or something in the higher education. So then I said, hey, Jim, Jay Sahagi is one of our colleagues. He is now looking for the HR expert for the higher education. And he's contacted Jace. But who knows? We don't know. We don't know at all. But however, who knows? This is the way how we acquire the best people. I know Jim, Jim know me, I know Jace, Jace know me, we know each other, okay, we working here together, and then we know, okay, and then if there is any chance, we share that. That is happy. within our boundary because trust is the matter. Because if there is no trust, that is cold. That is cold. Trust is cold. Press need a lot of investments. Okay. So absolutely, we have this pecking order. Okay. So then, after all of my effort within my boundary, if I cannot find the best person, okay, then I post it at the first. So think of this quality of job. Quality, best quality of job. Not bad. The public job information is the okay. So then many times there are a lot of secret, confidential information in terms of the people because, as I said before, if we can identify what type of people you are looking for, your competitors almost immediately understand what is your next move. For example, nowadays, there is a war for talent. CATL, ultra high resolution, 포토 디바이스. I cannot remember auto something, auto something. Yeah, I cannot remember. Auto device. Yeah. So that is a semiconductor producing device. Okay, and then I can see personally I have so a few number of our students is now working as a headhunter in Shanghai, and they are we have many. Okay, so a few number of the headhunters in Shanghai area, and she is totally looking for somebody who can do this ultra high resolution the opto device to manufacture the semiconductor. If there is anybody, okay, so she will pay $1 million. Really? So this is a war. And then she never told me who is looking for that. However, I guess that must be come from this CATL, the company. That's a company name, CATL. And the CATL and a few number of the Chinese semiconductor manufacturing company, they need somebody who can operate. Why? They want to make that a high resolution semiconductor devices. And once we identify what type of people a company look for, we almost immediately identify what is their company's strategy. That is the reason why we have this pecking. Okay, public job. This is war. If you get the right person on the right time, you can have a chance to win. Sure. Then we have this pecking order in acquiring the best people. In order to get the best people, we must define what kinds of the job we have. Okay. So, okay, then we have a few number of the strategies. Okay, so strategy, workforce planning, put the first thing first. Okay, so the very important person, very urgent, the less urgent. Okay, so they here we need these kind of people first. So we can make order, and make a prioritize. Okay. And then this is an example of my consulting a few years ago with that One Heart in Wenzhou. So that's a workforce management company, One Heart. Okay, and the working people. Okay, so then we benchmark, we identified what kinds of the workforce management companies in working in China. This is a whole all complete list of the workforce management company in China. Okay, so global market leader and the domestic market leader, we have this, and the domestic competitors are here. Okay, and then we applied it the Lippard and Schnell's HR architecture that come from the HR capital theory, human capital theory. Okay, and then we apply these. Okay, then we set up these and the HR services like this. Okay, so according to HR architecture, we can differentiate it and we can customize our HR service, people management service. For example, okay, so in order to make that, in order to keep the value of the value of the capital, human capital is low, and the uniqueness of the human capital is high. We want to make an alliance, and then we make a partnership. And however, if we want to get the most core people, and the core people is usually treated as the managers. Okay, for example, here managers, executives is a core key component, key competencies, and the key competitive advantage source for an organization. Okay, not engineers. So then, in order to keep them, in order to use them, we give them an internal development. We develop them. We develop those kind of the leaders. So then according to the different strategy choices, we can change our HR strategies according to this. Okay, good. And then this is an example of the suggestion, okay? And personally, I suggest One Heart the company need to move this strategic direction, okay? They usually have a cost leadership. However, recently I personally from my consulting research, okay, so I personally propose that you need to go to the focus and the differentiated form, more prestigious HR service throughout providing the internship, makerspace, mobile app, premium service, CSL, and the certified OBR partners and the Australia Alliance, open creative studio and the ad premium service of the headhunting, and plus CHIEF, the women leadership development service. So then I propose we need to go there. I propose according to my research. So this is how we work for managing people. We are becoming a business partner, strategy partner, not just providing the supporting functions. Okay, so then that's the action plan, and then this is overview of our work. Okay, and then we will go to the training and development. We'll go to training development. Okay, so then once we get the people, once we get the person, once we get the talent, okay, once we get the best of the best potential, then what should we do? We just put them work? Impossible. Impossible. That's impossible. Even though I get the best people from the Apple, but however, can I put those individuals into the Huawei directly? No, because we need to let them have situation, cognition. We need to make them prepared to perform. Okay, no exception. And then one of the most, personally, one of the most challenging and one of the most difficult to see in HR is we got the best manager. And we usually got the executive level of the leaders. And it happens a lot, Okay, we recruit, and we we got the best people from another company. For example, a small company got the manager from the Huawei, or the large company, state-owned company. Okay, so then they need to work for the small company. Okay, but however, they do not work. They are not ready. They are not ready. And then, unfortunately, many of the small companies, they are not giving full attention to those guys need time and training and development to perform in a totally different situation. And then they just hire, they just invite, and they just put them into the work, and then everything is get messy. That is one of the most challenging things in my life. I got the best potential from the another company. I got somebody from the Samsung, he must work in LG. I got somebody from the Xerox, and he must work for the Addon. And even worse, those guys, they believe they can do whatever they want. And then, okay, so Google engineer, they move to Yahoo and they can do. No. That never ever happens. And the Bank of China moved to Bank of Ningbo as a CEO, as an executive. They need to train, they need to development, they need to situate themselves in a new work. Training and development is necessary for everybody who move, who work. Okay. Anyway, I think so. I think so. Okay, and why employee selection is important? How get that? I think is necessary because at the performance and growth, cost is matter, legal obligation, negotiation or diligence of the hiring, or the fit between the person and job, fit between the person and organization. Okay, so then we hire new guy throughout the testing, throughout hunting. Okay, so we invest a lot of money. Okay, however, a long story short, the many people problem is not just a personal problem. No. Okay, don't make it personalized. Okay, people problem, human resource problem is not just for the individual person problem. No. So we have that J O P problem. Personally, I know this J O P. Whatever. JOP. JOP. Okay, job. Okay. So this is the many people problem is not happening only the person side. Okay. So almost all the people problem happens of this. Okay. And then if there is any dispute, problem opens. And then if there is optimality, it's okay. Okay. Dispute means, okay, there is a job, there is an organization, there is a person. Okay, good. And then there is a person who is totally smart, who is totally good, who is totally has a good potential. New guy. He graduated the best school and he is totally well ready to, he is well rounded, he is totally well, fully grown up and fully formed adult. Okay, that's the person. That's person. However, he is raised and he is ready to as an expert of the MIS, Management Information System. Okay, Management Information System. However, a company hired him as a manager of the sales. Okay. It can happen. It happens a lot. That's a misfit between the person and job. Unfortunately, it happens a lot. Okay, and then you prepare as a sales and as you prepare to yourself as a management information system expert, ERP system, and you have a certificate of something. Okay, you are totally good at the database management and the computerized all that kinds of the business information data analytics something. You are totally ready. You are very good at. However, your work, your job is beat the sales guy and then selling your product. But it happens a lot, right? Sure, it can happen. So this is a problem of the person? No. This is a problem of the job? No. This is just a problem of the misfit, not fit with each other. Okay? Another, oh, I like this job. And then it is, okay, ERP operator, ERP manager, MIS manager, ERP manager. Okay, good. MIS, oh, I love this job. I love that. Okay, so I'm totally happy in working in something. But however, that organization is not good. That is located in Winter. But however, I want to stay in the Shanghai. Do you want to work in Winter? Oh, that happens a lot. That's a misfit between the person and organization. That's a misfit. It happens a lot. Is a fault of the person? Is a problem of the person? No. Is a problem of the organization? No. That's just a simply misfit. So many kinds of the people problem is misfit. There is no fault. There is no bad, good. No. This is just a misfit. There is a fit problem. Okay, that's the problem of the fit. Now nobody is wrong. That's just a misfit. That's a fit problem. Fit between the person and job. Fit between the person and the organization. And sometimes there is a misfit between the organization and job. And organization, yeah, that happens. For example, organization restructure their structure, organizational structures. Okay, and sometimes, for example, Meta. Okay. So formerly there is a Facebook. Okay, Facebook become the Meta, and the Meta just cancel or the fired many people out of the what is that? The NFT. There's a metaverse. Metaverse. Oh, they recruited. They got the best of the best metaverse related engineers. Okay. However, suddenly now anybody is talking about a metaverse? No. Almost everybody is talking about artificial intelligence. So then, unfortunately, Meta team not fit with the organization. So then, gone. Fire. Meta fired many metaverse-related engineers, employees. That happens. That is a fault of the metaverse team? No. That is a fault of the organization? No. Well, that happens. That happens. So that this is a problem of the fit. However, unfortunately, that fit problem is happening over time because everything is changing. Okay, but please don't make it personal. People problem is not just a person's problem. People problem is not a somebody's fault, somebody's mistake, somebody's something. Many times, almost all the people problem occurs because of the mistake. Okay, so that's one. Okay, so that in order to in order to avoid this kind of the misfit problem, okay, we'd better to give more attention to selecting people, testing people, and evaluating people. Okay, good. And so we invest a lot of money. We invest a lot of things, okay, in order to test and in order to find the best fit individuals for the job. Okay, and this is one of the examples how we can test, how we can evaluate the best people. This is one of the example of the assessment center, and then okay, you will see. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is a day at the assessment center. Okay, assessment center is one of the most popular the testing and the screening the best talent for the business. And personally, I had experienced that kinds of things when I was in Germany, and then I participated in the multiple the assessment center something, and then yeah, that is the one. And however, it takes around it depends, but however, for me it takes around 3 days and 3 days or 2 days or the 1 day, something. Okay, it depends. But however, this is one of the typical assessment center in order to invest in testing and then selecting the most fitted people for our organization. So technically invited to the assessment center. Okay, so then this is the day of the assessment center. But how about it takes around 1 week, it takes around 3 days, it takes only 1 day, it depends on the purpose. But however, the assessment center is one of the most popular tool to test an individual, whether the individual is fit our job and organization or not. Okay, and it's expensive. It's expensive, and we need evaluators, and we need a center, and we need a test key, and it's expensive. And for me it takes around $2,000 per assessment program, individual. It's around $2,000 per individual. So that if we have around the 10, and that the organization need to pay the $20,000 per assessment center for 10. However, we usually have 100 assessment individual or something. So that is expensive. However, we invest. We invest in people to get the best people, even though that is expensive. Okay. And in the assessment center, okay, so we conduct a few series of the interview, job interview, personal interview, and something, and then we conduct the group activities in order to identify the social skills as well. And then we conduct a lot of the case study, okay, case study, MBAs. So that's our work, that's our job, okay. And then throughout this kind of the activities and the evaluators, assessors, or they give observation and they mark, evaluate. Okay, and then we make a presentation, whatever, okay, and then there is a test of the standardized test or the computer test, and then this is something like that. A fair standard is that we can move to the order, the situational 다른 test we order the reposting. Okay, so that's German. So that in general, we usually have a IQ test, personality test. Oh, IQ. We do the IQ test. IQ test, personality test, personality. Okay, and then we do a lot of the measurement tests. Okay, standardized tests. Okay, so in order to identify you. Okay, and then we do the quasi experimental situational test. Sure, we have tons of thousand testing methods. Oh, we are very good at. So then after this testing, almost we got to know you better than you. We got to know better than you. And then okay, that's our day. Is that. Okay, so assessment center is the one of the most popular testing practice. And this we do. And Harvard, have you ever been in this testing assessment center? How you get a job? How you get a job? Just to complete, apply, and document the pass, first round, and the interview with somebody. That's all. Okay, well, however, we have many kind of things. And then one of the most for me, for me, when I applied for the Siemens and then when I went to the assessment center, and they proposed that a very interesting activity like a beer drinking for dinner, beer drinking for the dinner, and then everything it was evaluated. When they got drunk, we observed what are they, including that beer. No, nice. Oh, commercial specialist, okay.
They're looking for you for very social. But my MBTI score was like ISTJ. So
Me
I
too.
was very conservative.
Oh, me too. I'm ISTJ.
Your personality looks like you are.
Okay, and yeah, that's unfortunately I cannot say much about that kinds of personality something. Okay, because that is done by the OB class. And however, I'm expert of that personality. And however, the MBTI is not scientific. MBTI is just for reference. If somebody want to use that the MBTI for recruiting or testing, that's a violation of the rule. Okay, that's totally violation of the rule. If somebody did that, okay, you can immediately sue them. Really, you can do it. MBTI is not a scientific something, and the personality test shouldn't be used for the evaluating or the give the acceptance letter or something. No, that shouldn't be used. That's just for the reference. And then, moreover, company should not request for that, especially for the MBTI. And there are tons of thousand different ways to to get to know your personality in terms of the work related or job related something. But MBTI is general something. That's your personal information. And then no one can request for that personal information. No. And if the HR want to ask something, okay, so maybe you can say that, I want to keep that confidence. That's fine. That's your personal information. Okay. Don't worry. Okay, so we protect our people first. Okay, all HR, the basic principle, basic doctrine of the HR is protecting people, not not hurt people. So then please say, I'd better to not to reveal that. I'd better to keep it as a personal confidential. That's fine. And if somebody want to use that MBTI request for the personal, very sensitive information, you must report. Fine. Okay. And the ISTJ, okay, and whatever. There are a few number of the personality tests or something. Okay. However, what is the purpose of the personality something? In order to identify the fit. Okay. Good. However, people can change. Okay. And for example, there is a personality test of this. Yes. Okay, and somebody usually, okay, the people has a certain personality like this. Okay, some bias, and somebody has a small e, and that's a dominance, influence, sensing, compliance, whatever. This is another form of the personality. Okay, so yeah, almost everybody has a bias to something, and somebody looks like this, somebody don't like this. Okay, and however, even though you have this type of person. Okay, this baby, that is your nature. That is your nature. Okay, so introvert, that is our nature. Introvert. I need time to idle myself. I need time to charge myself. I don't want to make a social. I don't want to make an interaction something. I don't want to go out. I need my time. I want to stay at home and I want to charge myself. Okay, and I love to think something more. Okay, and absolutely that's me. However, work. If the work need me to have more, another form of something, we can pretend. Okay, so that practically pretend about however I can call that is a development. We need to develop this. We need to develop this. If your job need to be energetic, extrovert, and then more interactions or something, you can pretend. You can put, oh yeah, hey, you're home. Then you go home and cry. It's necessary. We call that is that's a development. Okay, and then you know that the fully formed adult. Okay, and then we call this type of person as we need to be well-rounded. Oh, not everybody has a very high something. Okay, everybody has a different and the skewed or the biased personal differences, personality. Everybody has a different personality. However, if job needs something, okay, I can pretend, I can develop, then I can cry. Really, that's what we call development. And then another word, growth. You need to grow. You need to mature, and you need to grow, and you need to fully form. You are adult. If something is necessary, please do it. Then you can cry. You go home, you can cry. Okay. But do it. Do it. As an adult. You are not child. We are not child anymore. We need to extend. There is a weak point. Extend. Because that's necessary. Okay? Good. So then we're rounded, fully formed adult. Then you can, I do. I do, really. And that, absolutely, that was not easy. That was, and still, that's not easy for me. Okay, but however, I do it because that's necessary. If I don't do that, okay, if I can make my people happy, I will do whatever I can. And I cry. That's necessary. It's necessary. Why not? Okay? We are human beings and we can grow. We can fully grow. That's our reason why we want to grow. Way around me. We need that. Personally, many times that's given. But however, the growth is totally optional. And we have a word of this. Aging is inevitable. Okay? Sure. Aging is inevitable. And personality is inevitable. That's natural born. Okay? That's all. That's given. That's given. Over. Growing is totally optional. That's totally optional. Aging is inevitable, and the personality is totally inevitable. I cannot change. But however, we can pretend. We can grow. We can learn and grow. And in the age of the 70, and then we see a lot of the aged people make a lot of troubles. And however, in the age of the teenagers, they make a lot of the good impact, good contribution to the society and the relations. It's totally optional. That's totally choice. Okay? So, absolutely, we cannot judge people by given conditions. Oh, somebody old, okay, so what? Oh, I respect. But however, if he make a lot of troubles, if he make a lot of something childish, okay, do I need to respect that because of the old age? Oh, I don't think so. I'm sorry. I'm not there. Or if there is anybody who is totally fully grown up and fully take a responsibility of the life, professionals and the jobs, I totally respect that. Okay. So you can cry. Every day we cry. In order to grow, we cry. For example, okay, the tree is growing. Tree is growing. In order to tree is growing, okay, what is it? Rain. Sure, absolutely. Without raining, the tree can grow. That's same to the people. If somebody do not cry, no chance to grow. Absolutely. That's the only way to how the people grow. Cry. We need to. That's the process of the feeding our internal growth. I think so. Okay, good. And the time is up. Time is. Give me 1 minute. One second. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. So the testing and selection, and there is this kind of the multiple capital. Okay, so then we can apply this, and there is this kind of a testing selection process. Okay. Quantitative testing method, qualitative testing method, and there is a few number of the background check. We have tons of thousand testing methods in order to identify you are fit with the job, we are fit with the organization. Okay, on the other hand, you test the organization, you test the job. Okay. That is that, and we do these kind of things in the interview. What is the purpose of the interview? Interview guide. Okay, and then there is this, and then yeah, that's it. And tomorrow, yeah, we will mainly talking about it, how to develop the people, and then we will finalize tomorrow. So far, any question? Okay, yeah. No, I abandon. I do not follow the whole content. So I can't. Impossible. Okay, but however, yeah, let's keep talking about the more important fundamental disciplines of the people. Okay, that's it. And then please complete your the home project script and the video. Okay, that's it. Script and video. So until tomorrow. Okay, good. That's it. And then I will see you tomorrow morning. Oh, any okay, good. Okay, so I will see you.
See you.
Yeah, see.
If I edit subscribe.
Oh, subscribe what?
Yeah, if I already edit subscribe to my video.
Yeah. Please let me have the video and the script together.
Okay.
Separately. Okay? Separately. Because that I want to analyze something. Yeah, I can do. Qualitative data, computer aided qualitative data analysis techniques. No. Okay.
Email is.
Yeah, email or the WeChat or the Google Classroom is the main, yeah, the more preferable. Okay. Okay, thank you.